Hey YouTube. Don't you also wish that you had more hours in a day? I mean, like after all the struggles, like going to work, commuting, buying food, cooking, eating, you only have a handful of hours left and you still need to sleep. So there's not that much left. Well, this guy
I sleep on average 5.5 hours a day.
says that you only need 5.5 hours to sleep. I'm going to put that to the test. So just to be clear here, I don't think that Neil deGrasse Tyson says you only need 5.5 hours. I kind of used it as a bait, but he says that he only sleeps 5.5 hours on average every night, and he is a high performing individual. So, what I will do for the coming week is I will go to bed at 12 and I will wake up at 5:30, and I will see what it does to my body, to my willpower, to my experience, and my productivity. It's my first night, Monday evening. It's 12, so I'm gonna go to bed, and my alarm goes at 5:30. So for me, this is gonna be the test of how I will do on minimal sleep, 5.5 hours. Of course, if I can fall asleep immediately and if I don't wake up in the middle. Um, yeah, so far I've tried to spend my time efficiently. Do some. I'm tired. Trying to practice some Turkish, do my homework. Typically, I would go to bed at 10:30, and then I would wake up at 7 or 6:30. So I'm cutting off around 2.5 to 3 hours of sleep. Um, so yeah, let's see how it goes for this week. I did really feel like I had a lot of time this evening to um, work on different additional things. Like I also played some games, but I also tried to mainly practice Turkish, focus on that. And I can really see that if you could do this um, structurally, sustainably, you have a lot of extra time. You can get a lot of shit done. But I can also imagine that after a couple of days you feel completely spent. So let's see how it goes. First night. It's 5:30. Hey, what's up? Oh man, it's the end of um, my first full day going on. Very little sleep. It's quarter to 12. I had a pretty intense day. There are a lot of things that you can do in a day, but it's taxing. And I feel like I'm also spending a bit more time relaxing in between because I just simply cannot focus that long. And it's just the first full day. So maybe I have to get used to it. I'm about to go to bed. And I got a feeling that as soon as my head will hit the pillow, I will be out. So tomorrow 5:30 I will be up again, and I will start the day with a workout. And hopefully that will wake me up. We'll see. So it's right now Wednesday evening, and I just wanted to give a short update. It's pretty hard. So the the thing that I thought might be positive is that you have a bunch of extra time, especially after work. Like for a whole day of 24 hours, basically I'm just adding, like let's say 3 hours. So on a whole day, it's not that much. But if you look at the fact that
you get 3 hours additional after work, which, if you include work, commuting, eating, sleeping, you only have a handful of hours of free time. Let's say, just a quick calculation, let's say you have 3 hours of free time. By reducing your sleep by 3 hours, you gain basically double the amount of time that you have to spend on uh, your hobbies, reading, writing, making YouTube videos. So actually, the perceived increase in free time is pretty huge. My days feel super, super long. But I also feel that my energy is very drained. I feel tired, um, obviously. Uh, it's very tiring, and I think that I'm also spending much more time resting and doing, not really doing the stuff that I would like to be doing, because my willpower is basically completely drained. Um, a gain benefit of that is then that because my willpower is drained and I don't really have a forced direction in my day, I'm living more wu wei, going with the flow. But I also don't have the discipline to do the things that I would like to do. Like my workouts take way too long and are a bit half-assed. Um, I find myself laying on the couch and watching YouTube shorts, taking a bath because I'm just so exhausted. Um, so I think the net value is pretty low. There's, however, another advantage that you could consider, or it's more like an experience that I have, is that I feel like I'm living more in the moment. There's this kind of weird realization that, like, this is here right now. There's a strange sense in which I lose mental capacity to look very far ahead in the future and think a lot about what happened today, for instance. That I'm more concerned about what's happening right here, right now, what I'm feeling right now, what do I want to do the next couple of minutes, let's say, instead of what I should be doing. So there's this weird um, dynamic between having no willpower, not looking into the future, but also maybe being more susceptible for easy fast food distraction. I don't know. This afternoon, I was actually thinking about quitting. I was very tired. Before recording this video, I had some sugary snacks, so now I feel great. So I will continue this at least for one more day. It's Wednesday now, tomorrow it will be Thursday, and I will see how I feel. At least I'm happy that I did this intermediate update as well. So see you guys at the end of the week.
What's up, guys? Phew, it's Thursday morning, and I think this is gonna be the last day. I'm completely out of energy, and I don't think that it's something that you can really maintain for a very long time. Um, yeah, it's pretty tough. It's also kind of a challenge. This morning I tried to. I woke up at 5:30, but then I realized it's getting kind of heavy, and I was in bed. I was like, man, you can just quit right now. Right now, don't do it. Don't do it. And then I just got the last bit of willpower that I had, and I said, okay, just go for a run. So I went for a short run, and then I tried to take a shower and take a chill. I'm just realizing that like my mind is not completely there to focus, and it's like 6 in the morning right now, and I need to go to work. So wish me luck. tonight I'm gonna go to bed early and I'm gonna sleep until, I don't know, like 8 or something. Looking forward to it. All right. Yes, it's over. I decided to stop. Take care. Don't try this at home. It's done. I started hallucinating. I was almost falling asleep at work. And I think if I would continue, I would die. I don't know. I mean, I think there are people who can probably handle it a bit better. A friend of mine also told me that you should actually give it like a week to get used to it or kind of ease into it. I don't know, man. I'm done.
So, at the end of the week, what can I say? I think it's very clear that I experienced some negative points, but I also want to point out the positive points and what are finally my recommendations. So, I will start off with the negative points. I found that in a moment where I had too less sleep, when I was really tired, I felt like I couldn't maintain my normal eating habit. Normally, I'm intermittent fasting, so that means I only eat between 12 and 8. But now I realized that because I was already up from 5:30, I was struggling a lot. My energy was getting low, and I actually used food as a way to distract me and to feel better. And also, I got hungry a bit more. So I definitely ate more than I wanted to. Second, I really felt like I was getting lazy. So I didn't have the motivation or the willpower to do anything of any substance. So uh, the things that I had in mind that I wanted to do, like read a lot, work on some personal hobby projects. At night, I just found myself scrolling through YouTube shorts, and the hours were wasted away. Basically, I might as well would have been sleeping at that moment. And also focus. I really realized that at work. So when I was trying to solve certain problems, I just couldn't focus on them. And then I also didn't have the willpower to take action. So my productivity really went down the drain. It was really terrible. I did manage to go through the day, and if there were some simple tasks, I could do them. Actually, I didn't have a lot of objection, which is again pointing towards the low willpower. So you don't have the mental capacity to fight back against anything that happens to you. Which brings me to actually one very interesting positive point that I want to point out. Being sleep deprived actually gives you a kind of forced sense of presence in the here and now. I mentioned this before as well. I feel like you are moving with the world around you simply because you don't have the capacity to fight against it. So, if that's a good or bad thing, I leave it up to you. I think it definitely had an interesting effect on me that I didn't expect. But I feel like in order to optimally use the Wu Wei concept, to me means that you are in the driver's seat and you can decide when you want to work against what's happening and when you are moving with the flow. If you are just the passenger all the time, um, I think that's not optimal. Let's put it like that. And then the second positive thing, so one thing was the more presence in the moment. The second positive thing is actually you do have more time. So the first night that I was trying to do a lot of my own stuff, learning, and when I still had the capability to focus, I did have twice as much time. So in cases where you actually need, like short term, you need to finish something, it makes a lot of sense to just sacrifice a couple of hours of sleep because one night is not going to mess you up that bad and you do gain a lot. However, I do feel that, at least for me, 5.5 hours of sleep is just not worth it. I did, however, really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Guys, thanks for staying with me on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you think of this. I'm tired. I'm just gonna sleep. Check you guys later.